This is one of the most common questions that I get asked, and it is, how do I manage my manager? As well as spending time managing your team, you need to spend quite a lot of time managing upwards, managing your manager. Believe it or not, they have a lot of influence within your career. They hold a lot of cards. So it's really essential that you're spending time to nurture that relationship and managing them. So I'm going to show you 5 tips today, or 5 essentials today that I tried and tested over the years that will get you the result that you want. And you need to think around this mindset is you need to be delivering value. Okay, you need to deliver value with everything that you do. Now, I'm not talking about being a suck up, being a brown nose or a yes person. This is about delivering real value that your manager is going to turn around to you and say, wow, what an asset. I need this person. You're going to get promoted. Or even their boss's bosses are going to see that. And then your team are going to see that too. So it's going to put you in really good stead. So here are my 5 essentials. Number 1, it's around work styles. So understanding, is your boss more productive in the morning or the afternoon? A really good way to look at this as well is doing a disc-behavior profile on them, because you'll be able to understand them in a little bit more detail. You know, what is their pace like? Are they quick or are they slow? Are they details? Are they big picture? You know, do they prefer emails, text messages, or phone calls when it comes to information being shared? And number 2, what really matters? So spending time to understand what actually really matters to them and what are their drivers. So what are the priorities? What are the urgent against the more important things? Where are they? Oh, sorry, what do they need to deliver in this next quarter? Is it aligned to the strategic plan? Having an awareness of that. So then when you present the information to them, it's all aligned and it's a really easy strategy just to say yes. What are their focus areas? You know, what do they want to be known for? What is their leadership brand? So it's really identifying quite a lot of those things. Number 3 is really important to understand yourself. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You know, are you a morning person? Are you an afternoon person? When do you do your best work? Because then what you can do, it leads on to the 4th step, which is you need to really assess the gap, and then you need to adapt. So identifying what your strengths are and also your boss's strengths will give you that key to go, actually, they're a big picture person, so I need to focus on the details to compensate for that. Or maybe they're a details person, and then you can then look at that big picture and you can maybe forecast a little bit further into the future, giving them value, okay? Because the consequence is if you don't, you're going to make them look like a fool, and you don't want to do that. So if they're going into a board meeting or they have a project meeting, it's giving them all the information up front, keeping your ear to the ground, giving them the intel to make sure that they're making the right possible decision. By doing this, you're going to not only make them look good, you're going to make you look good, and you're going to get better results for the business. Number 5, it is know when to go. We know there are a multitude of bosses out there, from control freaks to micromanagers, from inconsistent to narcissists. So it's to really identify, look, when is the time I need to leave to further my career in pastures new? When is it time to stay to really cultivate that? And you know, the only person that knows this is you. So it's knowing when the best time is to go. And I've got a couple of tips peppered in along there to help you. The first one is bring solutions, not problems. I hear a lot of bosses saying this. So it's being proactive. It's saying, hey, look, here's the problem. This is what we're doing about it. Or, hey, here's a solution. What do you think? And you're giving them the control to make the decision. Number 2 is respect their time. Because you've had a walk in their shoes, you know what their priorities are, you know what the rocks are for them, then you can really utilize that time. So being quick, cutting the fluff out, just get straight to the point. And if you're using this profile, for example, and they're a D behavior type, then you're talking a results language. You're talking quick. Here is the solution. Here's the problem. This is what we're doing about it. And it's going to progress us towards this goal, which is aligned to your plan. Accept feedback if they give you any. Feedback is food for growth, and it will enable you really to build and compensate on their strengths and their weaknesses, okay? So if we talked about this before, so it's really good to compensate to get the best possible result. And the last one, which encompasses a lot of this, right, is be proactive. So rather than sitting there and being reactive and moaning, it's being above the line. It's looking for solutions, options, and alternatives, presenting them ahead of time. They're going to look at you and say, wow, this person is all over it. You are a valuable asset. I need to keep you. And by the way, I'm going to promote you. Look, bottom line is, it's around this, right? It's around delivering value. That is what your job is. Leadership goes two ways. You have to lead your team to be really effective and efficient and getting results, but you also have to lead your manager or manage your manager. And you do this by having a really good understanding over yourself, having a good understanding about them and being a boss detective, not being a brown nose, not being a suck up or a yes person. Nobody respects that. And also working on your team. So those are the three prongs. If you even implement some of these, you're going to get the best possible result for you, for your boss, but more importantly, for the organization, because you will be delivering value.